Joseph Smith, the prophet and seer of the Lord, has done more, save Jesus only, for the salvation of men in this world, than any other man that ever lived in it. In the short space of 20 years, he has brought forth the Book of Mormon, which he translated by the gift and power of God, and has been the means of publishing it on 2 continents, has sent the fullness of the everlasting gospel, which it contained, to the 4 quarters of the earth, has brought forth the revelations and commandments, which compose this book of doctrine and covenants, and many other wise documents and instructions for the benefit of the children of men, gathered many thousands of the Latter-day Saints, founded a great city, and left a fame and name that cannot be slain. He lived great and he died great in the eyes of God and his people, and like most of the Lord's anointed in ancient times, has sealed his mission and his works with his own blood, and so has his brother Hyrum. In life they were not divided, and in death they were not separated. I have wondered previously if there was anyone else who could have done what Joseph Smith. Was there anyone else who could have fulfilled that role? And the answer is, I don't know. I believe that the Lord can enable anyone to do what needs to be done when they're willing. Are any of us willing enough to do it? I don't know. I would guess yes. There was no one that could have replaced Christ, but I think of, when it comes to the role that Joseph Smith played, I think of the apostles who stood next to Christ during his ministry. I think of Old Testament prophets and New Testament missionaries. I think of the stripling warriors. I think of pillars in this dispensation. I think of different roles that other people played outside of the church, like Martin Luther King Jr. I think there are lots of people who went about doing the work of God quietly, who would be willing to do what the Lord wanted them to do. If the Lord had chosen a different organization for his church, I know plenty of women who were willing to follow the Lord, but the Lord chose Joseph. I have often pondered why the Lord places specific people in specific roles. And I'm sure there are many reasons, which is probably why he doesn't always answer. He probably doesn't always explain himself because it's situational. There are so many roles and so many works that he needed done here on earth, and there were lots of people who could have filled those roles, but he also was looking at individuals and what each individual needed in order to become more like him. If we want to learn what the Lord wants us to learn, and if we want to bless the world in the most powerful way that we can, I believe there are characteristics of Joseph Smith that we can emulate in order to do that. And I think the number one characteristic, at least the one that I want to talk about today, is a willingness to do what the Lord wants. So many of the other characteristics that we celebrate and should be celebrated can boil down to this one characteristic: a willingness to follow wherever the Lord leads. There is so much power in standing before the Lord or kneeling and saying, I'm not sure what you want. I'm not sure what you want me to learn or what you want me to become. I'm sure there are many times when I feel like I won't be able to do what you want me to do, but I'm willing. Show me, make me who I need to be, lead me along step by step.